Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to this Vision Committee meeting tonight. And could we have the roll call, please?
Sure. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Councilmember Dennehy,
Here.
Maloney,
Here.
Schmischer,
Here.
Stein,
Here.
Tracy, Worthington, Mayor Pro Tem Hamrick,
Here.
Mayor Troutman.
Thank you for that. We do have a theme for tonight's meeting, which is While the Cat's Away. Just kidding, Mr. Mayor, just kidding. We are going to be looking at the employee handbook tonight and an update to it. And with that, I'll turn it over to our staff.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Hamrick. I don't remember how long ago, but we had brought a version of the employee handbook to council. There were some editorial edits, and we were waiting for some additional things to come through from legal due to some changes at the state and federal level. And I'm going to pass it over to Butch Batchelder, our Human Resources Director, to go through the handbook and the changes.
Good evening. What I thought I would do most...
Could you turn on your mic? Thank you.
Nope, sorry, thank you. I appreciate that reminder. So what I thought I would do is most of the changes, as Ryan alluded to, come from what you recommended the last time that we brought the handbook forward. So a lot of the stuff in the current version, the red line version, are those changes. There were a few changes that we've made in addition to those since then due to things that have happened at the state level. So I thought I would go through those additional items that have been new changes, and then if you have any questions, I can try and answer those. Okay.
Sounds great.
So in section 3 on page 3, article 303, as you will note, Catherine Sellers, our attorney, inserted what is now the new statutory language for harassment. So it really isn't a change to our policy other than we now abide by the state statute as far as harassment language is concerned. On section 6, article 601 on page 13 and 14, you will see that we've inserted the principles of the city council or city government that city council adopted last year. So we didn't have those at the time we did the last presentation, but we have inserted them since then. Then on Article 610, gifts, page 19, previously we just alluded to the fact that gifting or acceptance of gifts was addressed in the municipal code and the Colorado Constitution. In this case, we actually went in and specified where those items are contained in those two governing documents. And then section 7, page 21, paid time off. You will note that we've inserted a section on when unable to report to work and the consequences if that should go past a 3-day shift schedule. Previously, we didn't have what would happen if you didn't show up for those 3 days. We just said that if you hadn't notified us and were absent 3 days, then an action would be taken. Now we've specified exactly what that would result in. Basically, it's abandonment of the job, and we would move to termination if we hadn't heard anything from the individual after 3 working days. So. And then Article 703 on page 26. Section 7, I apologize. We added in Section 703 the Colorado Family Medical and Leave Insurance Act, which previously, although it was in place for municipalities. It was not in place for individuals. In January of last year, individuals were employees of municipal or local governments had the ability to opt into family. Prior to that date, January 1st of 2024, they could not. We, as a municipality, had opted out of family. And I went to a conference last fall and was actually talking to the director of the family department and their legal counsel, and they let me know that there was a significant change coming forth for those local governments that had opted out of family. Previously, it was kind of mute, you opted out, and really what does that mean other than you didn't have to pay the premiums and stuff like that. But they let me know that for those local governments that had opted out, it truly was an opt out of the program. So the program in no way, shape, or form applied to those organizations that opted out. Unfortunately, they told me that in a conversation, and it didn't officially come out in documented form until after January of this year. Once it came out through a change in their policies, we had our legal counsel vet it to make sure that, in fact, how it applied to us. And so you will see on page 26 that middle shaded paragraph there where we inserted the language to explain that family does not apply to the city. So if we have an employee that enrolls in it, it would be, for comparison, it would be as if they had a personal insurance policy. The city would continue like we normally do for anybody else that has a situation that qualifies for FMLA. And if it qualified for family at the same time, the employee, we would treat them as if they're on FMLA, but they could actually apply to the family department and get the family paid leave for that period, if that makes sense.
It does. There's one super minor typo in that
Yeah.
first sentence, which I'm sure the city has opted out of family.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I was just going to say that. I mean, you are the grammar Nazi.
Sorry.
Yeah. You could say it too. I mean. Okay, so that's basically the changes that have been incorporated since the last time we brought it forward. Like I said, the other red line items you see in there are the changes that were discussed last time. Those things that council indicated they would like to see as part of the document. So I would be happy to entertain any of your questions.
Great, thank you for that. Any questions from council? Yes.
I have just one.
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to council's question on the inclusion of our standards of conduct, which is page 1314. Is there a typo in that last bullet, or is there an issue with the original?
I don't know for certainty, but I'll check it out. I think it was inclusive of being, and then the colon, inclusive being the result or the target, but I'll double check to make sure.
Great, thank you.
Huh?
And also, just thank you so much. I know I had a lot of editorial comments the first time that this came before us, and
It was my pleasure.
really enjoyed working with you on that and kind of better understanding how the city is approaching so many of these issues that impact so many citizens within our city, as well as so many staff members. So just thanks much.
Thank you.
And just a question, so you're looking, the action that we're potentially can take tonight is kind of a thumbs up? Is that what we're?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that we brought it back to council before, or in a committee meeting before we brought it forward as a resolution at a regular city council meeting. So we're just looking to make sure that there aren't any additional questions or corrections. And if council is good with this, we will plan on bringing a clean version back for approval as a resolution.
Great. Do I see nodding heads around the dais up here? So I think we're good, and that sounds like the right way to go. And geez, we don't have anything else to talk about?
It looks like
Probably,
it's
but-
going to be a quick one.
But nothing on the agenda. And so with that, let's present the
If
question. Yes,
council
sir.
members should come up with any questions between now and the time we bring it back, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and we'll get you an answer, and I will get you an answer to that question.
Thank you, appreciate that. And with that, we're adjourned.
Hey,